At the Mustang launch event, a boy opened the car door just to check out the interior. He was immediately scolded by a nearby vice president, who told him not to touch such an expensive car. The boy quickly pulled his hand back and apologized politely, but the vice president kept going and even mocked the boy's father. What he didn't realize was that this ordinary-looking man was actually the legendary driver Ken Miles. In the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans, Miles drove the Ford GT40, which he helped build, to defeat Ferrari, who had dominated the race for 5 years. He nearly became the first person in history to win Sebring, Daytona, and Le Mans in the same year. When faced with the VP's mockery, Miles scoffed, saying the flashy car was just for fooling average people. With its inline-six engine and clumsy third-gear acceleration, he said he'd rather buy a Chevy Camaro, even though that car was terrible too. The vice president was instantly silenced. In the 1960s, Ferrari had already become one of the world's most prestigious sports car brands. Founder Enzo Ferrari spent every cent he made chasing perfection and racing glory, but this left the company financially strained and on the verge of collapse. At the same time, Ford, the top-selling car brand, was also struggling in a cold market. A Ford executive named Jack suggested buying Ferrari, only to be mocked by Ford's vice president. The VP claimed Ford spent more money on toilets than Ferrari did on production. Jack replied that Enzo Ferrari might be the greatest car maker in history because his cars stood for victory. Ferrari had won Le Mans 4 times, and acquiring Ferrari would allow Ford to claim victory in the world's top races. Who wouldn't want to be admired as number one? Henry Ford II not only sent Jack to acquire Ferrari but also offered a staggering $16 million. He even promised to keep Ferrari's racing division so the old man could continue racing. Faced with such a generous offer, the old writer could hardly refuse. But he asked one critical question: if he wanted to enter the Le Mans race and Ford II said no, whose decision would stand? Jack said, of course, the boss's decision. That meant Ford would completely strip Ferrari of its autonomy. Having spent half his life on the track, the veteran driver would never tolerate such disrespect. He immediately flew into a rage and cursed them out.